Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard and I am going for a bike ride. Now as you can see, my allergy issue is still affecting me, but I'm not going to let it stop me from doing what I want to do, which is finally coming out here on the trail and doing a bike ride with my odometer working. So I'm going to find out today how well my pace count really works. Today will be the first day that I'll actually measure it with an actual device to determine whether or not I'm close with my pace count. So when I get to that half-mile mark, I will stop and we will check the odometer on this bike, and we're going to find out how accurate my pace count really is. Alrighty, well I'm going to have to reevaluate my pace count something fierce because this says it's only 0.3. So I'm off. So we're gonna have to, I'm gonna go until I hit a half a mile, an actual half a mile. And we'll see. So I am going to have to reevaluate my pace count because I'm off by a lot. Okay, well, I went ahead and stopped at the half mile marker and placed a pile of sticks so that I would know my half mile. And that's probably why I misjudged my bike ride the last time that I did this bike ride, thinking that I was going a few miles more than I was, because my pace count is off. Driving by, I saw this. It's a little bit of a mullein plant. Makes for a nice spindle for a fire drill, and also the leaves and the flowers, but the leaves help with respiratory issues. And that's interesting that I see this because today when we're out here, I'm going to have a little bit of mullein tea from some dried mullein leaves that I gathered up a while back. So I just hit the mile marker, which I did stop and place a nice gathering there. Found a couple mulberry trees, but they're too high for me to reach the mulberries. Just passed a buckeye tree. And, oh, nope. I'm wearing sunglasses because my allergy is so bad that the sun really hurts my eyes. Now, in a previous video, there's another piece of mullein. In another video that I did, I basically blamed the Highland Trip in the woods as the source for this. But Michelle came up with a different theory, and to me it sounds very plausible, because I've been there at that Highland Park trip area for many times, and I've never in my life ever swollen up like this. But the day before this all happened, I was given a brand new t-shirt, which I wore all day, and we're thinking that maybe there was something on that shirt. A bunch of mullein right there. Look at all that mullein. I don't know if you can see it on the side of the road there. There you go. See all that mullein? Anyway, we're thinking that there was something possibly on that shirt that gave me an allergic reaction. So at this point, we're going to move away from the Highland Park trail walk, and we're just going to blame that shirt. So finally, let's get my glasses. There we go. Finally, I came to a spot where these mulberries are close enough for me to actually reach. So I'm going to spend some time nibbling on these sweet, tasty berries. I'll get back with you here in a few minutes. Spent a good amount of time nibbling on these berries. Look at that. I love purple skin. Anyway, we're going to continue on the bike ride, and if I find some more berries, we may just stop and have them too. Now once we do find a position where I want to stop, and take all my gear off. There's not a lot there, it's a small bag. I will show you what we brought with us today, but basically what it is just enough of stuff to cook some ramen noodles and have a little bit of tea. So this is Bennett switch, and it's looking like it's going to be about 2 miles. Not quite. I'm at 1.8 right now. Yeah. 1.886. So 1.9 right there. So I'll go ahead and film up to 2 mile marker so I can kind of get an idea where 2 miles is, so I don't have to stop and mark it. But I do have the half mile marker marked and the 1 mile marker marked, so I will be readjusting my pace count and figuring out what my true actual pace count is, and I will adjust that and make sure that it gets fixed pronto. So it's looking like I've been doing about a leisurely 8 mile an hour ride. I think this is a decent pace right there. Yeah, I think this is a decent pace to maintain. I'm not in a hurry, and 8 mile an hour is a decent pace for me on the bike. I just passed the next road, which I think's 1150. Not sure. But we're at 2.8 miles, so I thought I would film this again so that I can kind of get an idea at 3 miles. Kind of slowed down a little bit to about 5 or 6 miles an hour. Just kind of relaxing and enjoying the ride. I think I'm going to go up to the north end of the little Wildcat or Deer Creek. Not sure what it's called, but I think it's the little Wildcat up here. I'm gonna go to that, and I think I'm gonna find a spot to sit and maybe have some ramen noodles down by the creek. We're at 2.94, so we're almost at 3 miles. 9.6, 9.7, 9.8, 9.9. Here we come. And oh, there we go. 3 miles right there. Alrighty. So I've kind of moved back up to 8, and that it just hit 10, but kind of hitting 8 miles an hour again. I've got my glasses up, and the wind and just nature in itself, I think, is helping, honestly, with my swollen face. I think it's less swollen now that I've been out here roaming around. I really don't think that it was anything in nature. More mulberries. I really don't think it was anything in nature that caused this allergy, this allergic reaction. I truly think it was that shirt. So, coming up to another road. Where are we at right now? Hold on, since I don't have my glasses on. It's 1100 south. 1100 south is 3.168. Look up here. Here's that bridge I was talking about. Chipmunk just ran across the road. So here's the bridge that I plan on stopping at. get a determination of where that's at as far as pace goes. North Deer Creek. Okay, this is North Deer Creek, and there is private property signs on this side, and we are at 3.269. So since there's private property signs right here, we're not going to interfere with that. Let's get across to the other side. Alright, so we went down the other side. There was no signs over there that said no trespassing. Alright, so here's the bike. Now, I've got the camera set up here. As you can see, it's strapped on with a couple zip ties. And right here you can see how it's cracked. It got dropped again. And I don't see this thing. There's mud on it. I have to clean that off. I don't see this thing lasting much longer, so a new camera is in order. As well, when I came down here, I found this little lid. It's still usable, I guess. I don't know if I want to use it or not, if I want to keep it or just leave it where I found it. I think I'm just going to leave it where I found it. That's where I found it. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. So we're underneath a trestle. It's now a bike path, but the bike will be obscured and safe here. So I'm going to do a little bit of walk. Now the creek water has a lot of little minnows in it right here. I don't know if you can see there. You can kind of see them moving around. Look at that. I don't see any other fish other than the minnows, but they may be here. Let's walk on down this way a little bit. Definitely is a possibility for a stealth camp. Very nice. Oh, more minnows. Damsey flies. There's a trail here. Let's go up here. A little bit of a trail, not much of one. I don't have my glasses with me, so I can't see very well. Very sandy. The ground is very sandy here. Again, it's a wonderful place to probably do a decent stealth camp in. Right up there is the trail. And if you know what you're looking at, you can kind of see the bike over there. I guess kind of sort of, but it's obscured quite well even from this angle. So unfortunately, I'm not in the least bit interested in having a hot meal right now. I don't want any ramen noodles. I'm not hungry at all, and I'm not really thirsty, and I'm definitely not in the mood for a hot tea. So I may get a little bit of water, do a little more videoing, and then we're going to get back up there and continue on our trek. Looks like this is as far as I'm going right here. If I had my waders, I could come down here and wade the creek. That's a possibility. I might do that. That could be a fun day. thing just bit me. And yeah, I got bit by some kind of bug. I've decided I will ride for 4 miles and then we will turn around and go back. So that'll be a good 8-mile trip. Right now I'm at, it's like 3.3. Oh, more mullein. So it's absolutely, I don't want to end on an odd number. If I do the 3.3, then I'll end up with 7, and I don't want that. So we'll go to 4 miles. Once I hit 4 miles, we'll stop, turn around, we'll head back. Alright, so I think this is Miami. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is Miami. And it's gonna, well, we're at 3.5 right now. So just a little past Miami, Indiana. I believe that's what this is. We'll get up here to the road and be able to check it out for sure. I'm cruising at about 5 right now, 5 miles an hour. Yep, Miami, Indiana. 3.578. Here we are at 4 miles. There you go. And that mullein plant is basically 4-mile mark. I got this little tree here, little bush. Some dead sticks I'm going to lay here. Got a mulberry tree right here. There's a few berries on it, but they're kind of far out of reach, so I'm not going to worry about that. Also, I got this honeysuckle sitting right here to help mark the trail. But right here is some more mulberries, and there's a few ripe ones here.